Freaking doom scroll. Look, I've got an addiction. So, this book. If you've clicked on today's video, like me, you're probably addicted to your phone. I thought it would be fun for me to try giving up my phone for a week. Now, I say giving up my phone for a week. I'm still addicted to it, so I'm not cold turkey in my phone. But I did want to cut down on my screen time because I'm a typical doom scroller who you would literally have to pry my phone out of my dead cold hands. I think first point of call is for me to double check what my screen time is. Maybe over the past few weeks. I'm scared about it. Now, I'm currently midweek, it's Wednesday, but I thought, why not start it today? I'm hoping I can do it against the app that I use the most, which, I mean, let's not pretend we don't know it's TikTok. It's obviously TikTok, friggin' doom scroll. But I'm hoping that I might be able to get an average from the past few weeks or something. So I'm gonna go upstairs. I need to finish off a few things, and while I'm doing that, I will double check how many hours a day, a week I'm on my phone, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, I've come upstairs and I have screenshotted on my phone my screen time because obviously I film on my phone. So I've got it on my computer here, going back 3 weeks. So 3 weeks ago, my average time on my phone was 5 hours and 35 minutes. That's like an average, so bad. And of course, TikTok was my most used app with 18 hours and 13 minutes that week. It's so bad. And then 2 weeks ago, I averaged 5 hours and 55 minutes, with TikTok being used a total of 13 hours and 23 minutes. Again, terrible. I don't even know what to say, because like, do I regret it? I will do if I get to like 80 and I want that time back, then I'll regret it. But at the minute, I was having fun. And then last week's was the worst. I don't know what happened last week. I must have been in some sort of mood. I was finding it hard to get into the books that I've been reading recently. So that could be why, because I wasn't really... After reading Quicksilver, I've been in such a slump because I just feel like nothing is going to compare. So last week's average was 7 hours and 7 minutes on my phone every day, with a whopping 25 hours and 47 minutes on TikTok. Alert the police. Police need to lock me up. I've got an addiction. Should I go to a meeting? Based on that, what I thought I would do, because obviously like I work a full-time job, so I can't just be reading for hours and hours a day. Clearly I've got time to scroll on TikTok up until 1 a.m. every day, clearly. But I know I won't sit every day and just read for hours and hours and hours and hours. So what I think I'm gonna do is, it's Wednesday now, and I'm going to be doing this until next Wednesday. Obviously my averages will be completely different because I haven't started on Monday and the screen time thing starts on a Monday, but we'll be able to see like Wednesday. Hopefully it should drop a lot until next Wednesday. So I'm going to get an average of the TikTok usage because that has been my main addiction. So between the 3 weeks, let me just work that out.
5 hours later.
It's saying that over 7 days it would be 2 hours and 47 minutes per day. Can I do that? I'll try and make it work, but I'll come and update you. You are currently sat on my bookshelf. I have changed into my comfies after work. I don't know what to read now. I was saying in the last video that I really wanted to read a romance next, so I could read First Time Colour, because apparently this is really, really good. And obviously I've got the sprayed edge version, and now I do actually have book tabs, so it could be cute to put pink and orange tabs in it. But is it that serious? You know, I feel like I'll 100% need book tabs for... Or am I just being stingy and I should just like order more? If I need more book tabs, I'm just like, let's order more. This is an option, but also meant to be amazing. Favourites. This is like 430 something pages. How long is this? The writing's not terrible. Like, it's not a terrible size. 437. But obviously hardback, so bigger. Basically, I want like a physical book this time because I've just been reading on my Kindle forever. I need like a physical book. I do also have Collide. I have Spiral as well, but obviously I want to read the first one first. Oh, that's not too bad. That's like 400 pages. No, do you know what? I think First Time Callers, like calling my name. Ooh, I do have Wings of Starlight as well. Obviously, if you've seen my last video, I bought it the other day. But that can wait. That's not needed just yet. It's not like one of the longest standing ones on my TBR. No, First Time Callers, it's pulling me. I'm gonna read this. Also, my t-shirt, it's got books on it, and flowers. Yeah, I'm gonna read this. If you occasionally hear a beep, it's the fire alarm going off because I think we need to like change the battery or something, but I can't unscrew it. Anyway, so that's what the beeping is. But I started 2 days ago, First Time Caller by BK Borison. I started it 2 days ago. I was gonna give like some sort of updates along the way. I have not. I think I'm over 56%. I'm on page 238. Honestly, I am obsessed with this book, but I'm not going to spoil it too much. I'm just going to give kind of like a little rundown of like what's happening. I'll put a time up when to skip to if you don't want me to completely spoil anything. So skip to this time. The MMC Aiden and there's an FMC Lucy. Aiden works for Heartstrings Radio, which is a romance radio show that's put on super late at night. And Aiden's finding it kind of like, he's so bored and all the callers ringing in are just basically complaining. Aiden thinks love is a myth, yet he's hosting a radio show. I know. So Lucy comes into the picture as her daughter, I think she's 12, her daughter, I think it's Maya, rings up the radio show super late at night. And obviously her mum's panicking to begin with, thinking like, who the hell are you, why are you talking to a grown man? But turns out to be Aiden on the other side of the phone. And they get to talking. Lucy's words inspire a lot of people around Baltimore and she ends up going viral on social media. Now, the radio show in general is doing terribly. The owner of the radio show is kind of like, yeah, we're on death's door. We need to get the ratings up. This is terrible. Aiden's just not in the right frame of mind. He's just not arsed about it. So when Lucy's daughter calls up and kind of makes her mum like speaking to a therapist, then the ratings like skyrocket and they go viral. Everything's starting from there. The manager of the show, I can't remember her name, but she's a bit of like she wants to make money and she doesn't care about how she'll get it. She has asked Lucy to come and sit in on the radio show with Aiden so they can do it together because people really want to hear what Lucy has to say and her advice for love. And Lucy is looking for love and Aiden is trying to help her look for love. That's basically the book. Like I say, I'm halfway through. Stuff's been stuffing, but I like that it's a slow burn. So nothing really has happened yet, but it's definitely a slow burn. I'm kind of obsessed with it. If you've seen my videos before, I'm a super slow reader. Like the last 3 books I read took me like 3 weeks and they were like, one was 150 pages, one was 250 pages, something like that. Like I'm terrible. And I've read like 240 in 2 days, like 2 evenings. This book must be crack. Clearly I'm obsessed. And I've even started to use my book tabs. I'm really happy. I'm enjoying doing this. I feel like it adds a different level to reading. Every time I see something, I do highlight it too. I know people are going to kick off. I shouldn't be highlighting in my book. Whatever, it's my book. I don't care. Every cute little quote that I see, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm just like winging it. but I'm putting in a little tab and then highlighting the quote. I've got quite a few book tabs in. Let me read you a section. I'll read you a quote. Some of them are like funny that I've highlighted and some of them are like so cute. Okay, so in between every chapter, there's like a part, I don't know if you can see that, of like the show where like maybe a caller's like rang in, spoken to Aiden, and most of the time at the start it was talking about Lucy and it was like, you know, what Lucy said, what Lucy said, what Lucy said. This one, I think it's like this older lady that's called in to the show. And she says, I've been with my husband 65 years. Every day isn't a fairy tale. We've worked hard for our relationship, to build it, to maintain it. I've become so many versions of myself and so has he, but we've found a way to fall in love with one another over and over again every time. But there's magic too, in between the hard work. There are perfect moments where everything lines up exactly right. What else is that if not the universe telling me exactly where I'm supposed to be? I'm right next to him, holding his hand. That was like some like old lady just like calling into the show. I was like, never highlighted something so quicker in all my life. So this book, it's like crack. I love it. Now, obviously, I have been doing less screen time this week. Have I been keeping up with it? I've had a limit on my phone for TikTok specifically because obviously I doom scroll. So today is the last day, but obviously I haven't really updated the video. So I just want to see where I am at the end of today and see if my screen time's come down. I mean, it should have. The previous books that I was reading before this, which you will have seen in another video, that didn't go so well. So I found myself doom scrolling a lot because A Crown of Souls I only rated 2 stars. A DNF Wed to the Troll King. And Two Can Play I did enjoy, but it was an audiobook. So reading 2 books where I was like struggling to read them because I was just not in the mood really didn't help on the week where I was like swapping screen time for reading time. If I've failed this challenge and I'll have to try it again at some point. But yeah, I think I've been on my phone less. I think. I don't know. I'll let you know. It is my keyboard matches my book. I'm kind of obsessed with that. But also really sad that I have started to scratch off. I'm reading it so vigorously that I've started to scratch off the author's name on the front. But yeah, how cute it matches. I'm just finishing off First Time Caller. Look at the view that's got. Absolutely stunning. It's only like 11:15 and already it's scorching, so I'm just sat in the sun reading my book. Best day ever. It's me. It's been a few days, but I have finished First Time Caller and I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. So I think that's a pretty good rating, to be fair. I'm trying to be a bit more harsh with my ratings because most of the time it's easy for me to just be like 5 star if it's good. I did think it was a bit too long and it could have been a lot shorter. It was like over 400 pages. I think it was like 430 something pages. It definitely didn't need to be that long, but the actual story, super cute. Something a bit different as well. It was quite nice to read something that wasn't like your typical enemies to lovers. You know, it was kind of like a workplace romance, and reading about it on radio, I was like, I kind of like that. Now I've just realised that it is in a series, so I guess I have started another series, which is super annoying because I was trying to read standalone books. I will probably read the second one. I mean, 4 out of 5 stars is still a good rating, and yeah, I did really enjoy it, so I probably will read the second one. I need to double check my screen time now and see if it's come down. I was like more looking at the TikTok usage, obviously, than my actual screen time. I'm saying this because I feel like it's not actually come down. Hopefully the TikTok usage has come down, so I'm not doom scrolling as much. But I'm not too sure if my whole phone time in general's come down because I'm always on WhatsApp. I'm always on Instagram. Yeah, let's hope it's come down. I think you saw it like previously in this video. I did put a cap on it of 2 hours, but then I dropped it to an hour towards the end of the week. But I kept just pressing remind me in 15 minutes, which is classic. But I don't think I've doom scrolled as much as usual, so I think I will keep the limit on it, to be honest, so it stops me from doom scrolling on TikTok all the time. Okay, I'll put a picture up of the screen time from last week. I'm just looking at it here on my computer. So 5 hours and 5 minutes isn't that much of an improvement in terms of phone. However, the majority of my time was spent on WhatsApp, although the second one is TikTok with 10 hours 27 minutes, which is still really, really bad. So let me put a video up and we'll go like day by day, because obviously I started it midweek. Okay, so Wednesday's time wasn't terrible. WhatsApp was the big one. Thursday, again, TikTok's not even in one of the highest ones. Friday, TikTok was the highest one. Same with Saturday with 43 minutes. Sunday, again, TikTok, really bad. Monday, TikTok again. Tuesday, TikTok's the third down. YouTube, I do like my YouTube. And Wednesday, just gone. TikTok, the third one. Guess I want to say I failed this challenge. Yeah, I'm gonna say I failed this challenge because clearly I still go on my phone and doom scroll. But I'm definitely gonna keep the 1 hour TikTok like limit on there. I don't think I need it for the other things, and I feel like WhatsApp doesn't really count. Like if I'm texting my friends, I'm like, no, it doesn't count. I think I do need to check myself with TikTok. In terms of bringing the TikTok time down, I have done that. Okay, so yeah, originally I was on TikTok for like 25 hours 47 minutes. I guess going to 10 hours 27 minutes is a massive difference, but I do still feel like I failed the challenge because I didn't really read for 3 hours a day. You know, I didn't really complete the challenge. I guess I have brought my TikTok time down, so I don't know, I'm happy with it, but I think I will say I've failed this challenge. But thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you lots. Goodbye.